So I'm not sure exactly what the appropriate clothing to wear in this situation is, but I'm pretty sure it's not what I've got on. It's hot. It's August in Hong Kong and I don't have the aircon on. And I'm wearing this dress that's old and cotton and honestly is a bit on the see-through side. And it's got this scoop neck in the front, and it's a bit more scoop than I really want it to be. So I have a habit of wearing it backwards, which, you know, in the privacy of my own home is fine. Nobody was supposed to see it. And I'm panicking. I am, my heart is racing, a million thoughts are going through my head, and I'm extra nervous because something like this has happened before. When I first moved to Hong Kong about 20 years ago, I was living in a flat in Mei Fu Century. And one day I'd gone downstairs to teach a lesson in the learning center below my building when I got a phone call from my husband. Hello? Hi, are you at home? No, I'm downstairs teaching a lesson. Oh, it can't be us then, he says, and he hangs up. But he's wrong. I arrive back home about 10 minutes later to find 2 firemen and a policeman inside of my flat, filled with smoke. It was somewhat unexpected. There's things that you don't think about until they're not, you don't think about them not being there until you notice them or not. For example, smoke alarms. For Canadians, a smoke alarm is a small white disc on the top of your ceiling that goes off every time you burn the toast. But in Hong Kong, smoke alarms take the form of neighborhood elders. That guy who sits opposite your picture window but in the opposite block in his underpants every day. The sea lion who stops you on the way to the lift to try and get a free lesson for her grandchild. They're smoke alarms. And thank goodness, because me, in my zeal to become a proper Chinese wife, wanted to try making Chinese soup for my hardworking husband. And so in the morning, I put the soup on to boil because to make a good, proper, nutritious Chinese soup, you have to boil it for at least 8 hours. So I put the soup on in the morning. Everything was fine. About noon, I had to go downstairs and teach my lesson. And honestly, everything would have been fine if I would have remembered to put the lid back on the pot. But I hadn't. And so, when I arrived back, the side of my door is broken and cracked open, and the gate that secures it is kind of warped and hanging off its hinges. I'm hugely embarrassed as I hand over my ID card to the policeman. I apologize to the firemen and thank them for their service. And I think about all the things that could have gone wrong. I think of how embarrassing and humiliating this is, and how dangerous. But at least I was wearing proper clothes. This time I'm not. I'm not even wearing shoes. Because why would I put shoes on to walk the 2 seconds it takes me to throw the rubbish out outside of my house? Why would I put shoes on for something that is only 3 steps away? Those 2 seconds turns out to be exactly the same amount of time it takes for my self-locking heavy door to slam shut behind me. And I hear that click. And my heart just sinks. Shit. I go back to the door and I try it. It's locked. Shit. I try it one more time just in case a miracle's happened and somehow the door has become unlocked, but it hasn't. Shit. And as I'm standing there, bemoaning all the decisions that have made it up to here, I smell, cooking in the flat behind the door, my dinner. An omelet. A nice, quick, easy to cook, set the fucking house on fire omelet. And I think to myself, no. I start planning scenarios. Okay, here's what I can do. Standing there in this dress with no shoes on, my husband is in Prince Edward right now, and I'm in Causeway Bay. This is where our flat is at the time. I'm in Causeway Bay. I can give him a call, and he can put his keys in the taxi, and the taxi can drive to here, and then I'll go down, the demented Guilo in a night dress, and I'll get the keys, and I'll unlock the door, and everything will be fine. I don't have my phone. Okay. So, what can I do? Wait. Downstairs, there's a guard, and the guard has a phone on his desk. And he'll know what to do. I'll go downstairs, and I'll use the phone to call my husband, and he'll be able to, he's semi-naked me. Right. There's gotta be another solution. Wait, because this has happened before, and I know myself, and I suddenly remember that when I moved into this flat, we had a neighbor on the 15th floor. And I asked that neighbor, would it be okay if I just gave you a spare set of keys? Just in case I lock myself out sometime? But there's a high chance it's a Friday night, it's a high chance they won't be home. I really only have time for one plan. So should I go down and phone the husband? Or should I try the neighbor? I look down one more time. Definitely neighbor. I go to the lift, press the button, it opens almost immediately. I go up the lift, and as I'm going up, I'm shaking, and I'm jumping from foot to foot, and the elevator is kind of rocking with my tension, and as soon as the doors open on their floor, I am out like a rocket, and down to the end of the hallway where their flat is, ding dong, 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 ding dong. No answer. I wait for at least another second, and I'm losing hope, and I'm thinking, taxi it is then, and I'm ready to run back towards the lift when suddenly I hear, out of the corner of my ear, far away, the sound of a door opening. And then there's a little tentative, hello? And my blessed stay-at-home on a Friday night neighbor is there, and I know that I am saved. My keys, I say, my keys, you have my keys. Your keys? Yes, my keys, I gave you my keys, I need my keys, can I please have my keys? I locked myself out of the house, please, can I have my keys? And as I'm thinking this, I know that everything is gonna be okay, that I won't have burned down the house, I won't have asphyxiated my cats, the whole building won't need to be evacuated, I won't have killed some elderly people who happen to be sleeping. It will be okay. And then I remember where I am and what I'm wearing. And I kind of do another silent prayer that no one else will come into the hallway, and I hide behind the modesty panel of their door as my neighbor goes to find the keys. And shortly afterwards, she comes out with the keys and she slides them through the door, and I'm off running back to my floor, my door, keys open, relief. And you know what? Even though now I mostly use the microwave to cook because it turns off on its own, nothing has ever tasted better than that omelet.